Thanks for tuning in to my brand new Minecraft series. After a long hiatus, I'm ready to jump into more blocky action with 101 new ideas. Thanks for rocking with me all year long and enjoy the series. So I was just minding my own business here, and then I came across this little guy floating around over this area here, and I thought, well, it's really cute. He's trying to run off everywhere, so I'm going to provide him a little bit of a home here. I have been harvesting a lot of sand. That way I can create obviously, the big giant aquarium that's going to be coming up right now. So if you want to come in here real quick, buddy. There we go. Cool. So also renovated the entirety of the basement here. Obviously things are a little bit different, as you can see. Now there's a ladder to go down to the bottom, and you'll see how much bigger the downstairs is right here. It is incredibly massive. Just a whole lot going on here. Everything is organized, as you can tell, by like rare items, some blocks. So I'm going to make a little fence gate area here. Everything should be labeled fairly well. And it's pretty expansive. I'm actually very happy with the dimensions of how everything went here. I need to make a fence gate, which is boom right here, because I want to keep the horse and the fox separate here. But yeah, everything is labeled, as you can see here. The cats do end up going on top of the chest there, and you can't open it. It's actually pretty funny. So now this little guy here is still trying to escape. He's very scared, obviously, but, make a little pen for him. I don't know where specifically. Let's go with right around here. I actually saw an adult fox around here, and I was actually going for that, but clearly the little guy here, I guess, wanted to come along for the ride. So I will block this off here and kind of make this section the little pen area for him here. So let's do this. Okay, I guess that'll be the entrance right there. We'll go all the way around this way, right? Yeah, that makes sense. We'll have this that way. Okay, cool. So now he's stuck on the leash right there, and then boom, there we go. Cool. It's a little holding area for right now. Here you go, buddy. You good? Cool. No, you're not good. Okay, you're still very afraid. Rightfully so. I believe we can make them our friends via berries. So the fox, by the way, my name is Brian Saviano, a.k.a. Bricks O'Brien. What's going on? Foxes are nocturnal passive mobs that commonly spawn in the taiga, giant tree taiga, and snowy taiga biomes. So I know that there are berries. I think, okay, sure. I think there are berries up top in, like, this mountainous region that we've seen before. So that's where I'm going to aim to go right now. I'm going to try to defeat all these creepers and all. Okay, sure, that's one way to go about the situation. Nice. You can see I have a ton of sand over here. Actually, first things first, let's toss some of the sand down below here. I'm going to toss it into the furnaces. That way they can cook whilst I am doing all this stuff over here. So I'm going to toss this out of here. Okay. I need to add a few more bits of coal into here. And then this one, it's definitely not going to be enough coal, but it's still just going to go. We'll see how many it does. Because that's what we're going to do for the aquarium, of course. So, yeah, apparently, and I'll fix this afterward, whatever. It takes the berries to be friendly, at least as far as I can tell. Or at least that's what makes them that's what breeds them together, is berries. So I remember seeing berries. Oh, they're over here. Cool. I saw some like way back over toward that way. I thought that might have been it, but no, clearly. So, all right. So these are sweet berries. Okay. I don't know how to grow them. Oh, that's how you grow them. Okay, cool. So they act similarly to, like a wheat or whatever. We have 11 of them. That should be plenty for right now. I believe for the little guy there, he needs to get to a more full size first before, obviously, he can breed. But I don't have a second fox to work with. Not that I could do that anyways. So let's see here. So hey, buddy, you good? Well, that makes him bigger, but that doesn't necessarily make him more friendly. So I think you could tame them. I don't know. Foxes have a 20% chance to spawn via egg or naturally with one following items in their mouth. Okay, so basically the way it works is you can't make this fox trust you. So this fox right here, because you found him in the wild, he will not trust you. You need to have 2 foxes breed together, and then their offspring, the kit, will trust you. So that's basically what I'm going to do. So this little guy here is going to be here for a little bit. I saw another fox earlier, like way before. Let me see if I can, bone meal this stuff here and maybe, expedite the process here. Okay, 1, 2, 3. There we go. So, like, that right there causes just 2 to spawn in. So that's not really all that productive there. That's the maximum. Okay. Oh, no, I am getting multiple. Okay. Nice. So that is giving me a bunch more than it normally would. That's cool. All right, so we do have the lead. The lead is right here. So now when I have the leads, I don't necessarily need them. So let me see if I can find that other fox. I mean, they do spawn in during the nighttime, so there should be some around here. They've kind of floated around before, but I didn't have any way to lead them toward anywhere, so, maybe I'll find one, maybe I won't. And if not, then that's okay. I'm not going to be too bent up out of shape about it. I am more concerned with making that their aquarium. So let me see if I can get rid of this Enderman here. Enderman, a big showdown on the middle of the ice here. This definitely seems like a small, arena where, 2 people would face off against. So let's see if I can make this happen here. And come on. Did I get him? Did I get him? Well, he's not attacking me, so I'm going to assume that I got him. And that's that. Yeah, I guess he didn't drop anything. So, okay, whatever. That's fine. So I'm gonna definitely feed our small fox friend here so he can become an adult. That way, when I do find another fox, it'll be fine. And there's the ice fox that we have here. This is like the the snowy version, but there's also regular orange foxes that are around. Those ones are probably found in the standard biomes that we know of. So eventually, we're gonna have enough foxes that they will all trust me eventually. So hey, buddy. Okay, so now you are regular human size here. So he's just petrified of me here. But if I sneak, that should, he should be a bit more, friendly toward me at least. So I can have these grow inside of here. He won't eat any of these, I don't think. So instead of planting them with the rest of the farming stuff for right now, I'm just going to leave this stuff right here. And that way it can all grow naturally. And then boom, there we go. Cool. So now you're good, buddy. I know you don't trust me, but that's fine. So over here, I grew this tree. That way it could be fully grown and we can get more leaves out of it, as well as the standard tree as you saw before. And then that Acacia, whatever it was, that tree clearly grew right there. So now we're close to having not one of everything, but we're closer than we were before. So that's good too. See what the status report is here. Okay, plenty of glass so far. Already a full stack of glass. Okay, so basically what's going to happen is we need a ton of water, which water we have right here. I also went and got a bucket of lava and tossed it right there because that is going to be used as an incinerator. So let's say, for example, I have all this and then the excess right here, right? So if I toss it like that, wait, hold on. Bring it back. There we go. If you aim up a little bit and toss it, then that burns it and you get rid of it. So if you have all these items that you just don't care about, it's a great way to get rid of items you don't care about without necessarily messing other things up there. You can also use ladders as fuel for the fires and whatnot. I will obviously do that right here, but we need more coal eventually too. Not the best source for, fuel there. Actually, the stairs might be a good one. Why don't I swap out? Because these are not as useful. These stairs are not as useful right now as the ladders. So first all, let's not really first all because I've done 3 things since then. But let me figure out where the aquarium is going to be. So the aquarium, this is not going to be the permanent location of it. It's probably going to be a contained area. But I don't know necessarily where I want it to go. If I build a giant dome similar to how I built the bees, it's going to take a lot more glass blocks. So I don't think that's the play there. You know, I've seen a lot of aquariums where they stand on their own, or there's like, so the one that I'm thinking of is at a place called Kelly's Roast Beef, which is near my area in the North Shore of Boston. So they have a saltwater fish tank at the Saugus and Danvers locations, and they take care of it and everything. And it goes from the, like, in the ground, like there's a whole pillar. So it's just like a standard sized tank. It's a big tank. It doesn't go floor to ceiling, but there's like fixtures above and below it. So it looks like a giant pillar. So I think building it into a wall is probably the best idea. I'm thinking maybe, hi bunny, maybe somewhere over here, if I manage to, hi spider, if I manage to make this wall flush or something like that, like, and flush meaning like it's all, you know, even, not flush like a toilet flush, but like, yeah, it's all like connected, I guess. Or maybe it could even go over here. I don't really know, but I definitely want to have the fish on display in a place where you'll be able to appreciate them. So, you know, because I feel like this is going to be where paths are going to go eventually. I don't want to put it right here. So what if I put it right inside of here? I made a pathway, and that way you can clearly see the fish, at least from this perspective right here. I think that might be what I want to do. And it's going to change for sure. Eventually, there's going to be a whole thing where, you know, ideally, I find a villager at some point that can give me a bucket of tropical fish. That's really what I'm going for. And then eventually, if I decide, hey, I'm just going to go into full-on creative mode and just customize everything how I want to, then I would do that way. I just, like, get all the fish that I need and then, you know, figure it out from there. So if I have this section here as the fish tank, which I don't even really like. I don't like that it's, like, not even. Let me see if I can, like, I'm trying to think of, like, what I want to do. So I don't have, first of all, I don't have any sort of, like, thing on me for a shovel, which I'm going to need, like, 7 billion shovels. So let me make a crafting table here just so I don't have to walk all the way around the galaxy. All right, so I'll make 1, 2 of these for right now. Probably need more, but that's fine. And then these are eventually going to get out of here, so that's fine too. So the trees also still have to leave. Get it? Make like a tree and leave. Haha! Aren't I so funny? Isn't that crazy? Wow. So creative and funny, Brian. All right, so if I make everything, I want to obviously make everything look kind of natural too. So by me taking everything away from here, it's going to look a little bit manufactured for the moment, but eventually it's going to look super, super cool. So the overall dimensions of this thing, I obviously want it to be massive. So the height, I want it to be at least like 7. So let me see how far this is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that is the top right here. This block, if I can lock for a visual on it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is the top. This right here is the absolute, not this, stop it. This is the absolute most top right here. So, oh, mamma mia, come on. This is where it's going to basically end off, right here. So the entirety of the tank is going to be like this, right? So up top here is, oh, come on, because it keeps going down. But that's where it's going to be, right inside of here. So once this stuff gets cleared out, you might not be able to visualize what I'm talking about. You're like, Brian, what do you mean a fish tank is going to be here? Just give me a second. You're going to see. You're going to figure it out. Because I want it to be in the wall, but also noticeable from maybe the top and bottom. You know what would be really cool is if you had a path going above the fish tank, and then you could see beneath you into the tank as well as seeing it from this side here. So I'm going to clear all this out. And it's going to be a very deep tank as well. it's definitely not going to be small. The idea of it being small is not what I want because there's at least 9 fish here. We can obviously get more eventually. But, you know, I want to make kind of like how I did with the bees. I want to make some wildlife in there. You know, ideally I'd have coral if I could pull it off. But, you know, I guess not right now. So let's say it's like this, right? Clear all this. Then it's obviously going to snow at some point again, too. So that's not great either. But it's going to go and be... So this is the back of the tank right here. This is the back of where it's going to go. And then adding the water and obviously the fish are going to be the last 2 things we do. So I don't want to use the diamond pickaxe if I don't have to because I don't want to have to keep repairing it. We're also out of diamond, by the way. I don't know if I did that on camera or not, but we're definitely out of diamond. So we got to find more of those eventually and probably just work our way toward getting a full set of diamond armor. But I'd rather not use the pickaxe now if I don't have to. So... it's going to be, I think this is going to be cool. And we're going to add the fish at the very end, but before that it will be the water. So the water will be the second to last thing we do. And I don't know how it's actually going to fall down here. It might end up being a complicated movement pattern for the water. I don't really know, but I like the idea of it. So yeah, you can kind of tell it's going to be a big installation right here, which actually is a whole business in itself. I don't know if you guys and girls realize that, but like people who have like redonkulous money go out and buy massive fish tanks, and they are a lot of money to upkeep and whatnot, but that is something that like the extravagantly wealthy do, and like they're actually, you know, shows that base their, you know, entire business around just making crazy fish tanks for people. Because you can put whatever you want, for the most part, in a fish tank. I mean, it has to be sanitized. It has to be safe for the fish. But, like, you know, you can put a whole, like, car in there if you found, like, the right, you know, protective coating for stuff and all that. It could be a whole massive, big project. I think I want this tank to go... I want it to end, like, right here. So let's say that's a good-sized fish tank if it goes, like, out to here. Right? So if that's, like, the edge right here. So let's say, hypothetically... the glass begins right here, right? So you see what I mean? That'll be the full tank right inside of here. It's going to go all the way across just like this. No, I should grab that Silk Touch pickaxe. That way I can keep harvesting this stuff, but that I'll do in a little while. But yeah, people have all sorts of crazy fish tanks, and that's what I want when I get older too. I want the super crazy fish tank full of saltwater fish, kind of like what we're doing right here, but... luckily, for this case here, we don't need to feed any of the fish. They just kind of exist. So that's good, because taking care of all those types of fish, the upkeep and all that, that can be a lot. It's just a lot of money. It's a lot of money to, like, throw away. Like, if you have nothing else to spend your money on and you really love fish, like, you really, really love fish, that's a great way to waste your money. But... I think it's a lot cheaper and a lot more, you know, practical or feasible to have fish in Minecraft. So I guess the Minecraft fish will have to do for now. So, yeah, the tank is going to go out to here. So it's going to be, this is the appropriate size. You might think like, all right, well, I can have, now I'm going to use this. You might think, well, I can have... like 7,000 fish in one small tank, kind of like how they have them at like pet shops and whatnot, but that's not like a permanent thing you want. You don't want to have all the fish crammed into one little area, and I definitely don't want to make it like I've made, like, you know, all the cows and the pigs before, how they're all like, you know, in this crazy small area. Like that doesn't seem cool, you know. I want to make something that's actually decent enough for you know, all the fish to exist in. So it looks like we might not need as much, you know, glass as I thought. Because I thought it was going to be... I initially thought, like, okay, well, what if it's its own, like, massive area, like the bee enclosure? But then that wouldn't make any sense, and it's way too much work. So I think having it partially inside of the side of the mountain here would work well.